it was like 2-liner, 3-liner, 4-liner, just short
Yeah,
a
quote some.
diary mom used to give me. Yeah. And that time we had souvenirs during pujas, and those kind of magazines that was distributed entire Kharagpur. So
Okay.
I was like that this time as a kid, and when people used to appreciate you, you want to do more good on it. So it was like that. I didn't leave it.
That's nice. That's nice, Somen. Like that's very much inspiring that you took up the way you took up poetry and fiction novels. That's really great. That's really amazing. Commendable. Well, we are going ahead with the show. Well, good evening, one and all. Like, welcome to another interesting episode of the interview hosted by Lakshman Rao and promoted by Fertile Brains, Prasanna Kumar. Today we have Soumen Roy from Kharagpur, India, who is a multifaceted writer, poet, novelist, a well-known personality in the poetic circles. Here we do welcome Mr. Soumen Roy. Yes, Soumen.
Hello, very good evening. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very honored and privileged. And thank you, everyone over there, to the audiences also, and thank you, Vital Friends, you, and of course, Kumar Prasanna sir, for giving me this opportunity and presenting my book, Scar, that has my first novel and my beloved child also. Thank you.
Cool. Before we go ahead, like we'll just have a short bio of Mr. Soumen Roy. From there on, we'll like to have a session with him. So here we go with this bio. Mr. Soumen Roy is a best-selling author, trilingual poet, novelist, translator, blogger, scriptwriter, a professional model. Assistant Secretary of Kavya Kumbh Publication, Calcutta chapter, member of Intellectual Poetry and Performance Library. He is the winner of Laureate Poet Award 2022, Tagore Award 2023, and Kirti Samman 2024, along with multiple awards and uploads. He is a part of the International Poetry Festival 2017, Panorama International Festival 2023, Inside Poetry International Poetry Conclave from Calcutta, and Toshali Poetry Festival, and others like. And his books has been a part of International Calcutta Book Fair, including Sahitya Academy. Soumen Roy has written 3 solo books, 2 books in poetry, and 1 novel, which has been vastly anthologized in different parts of the world, like Dawn Mary Publication, Viswabharati, and Sahitya Academy as well. So here we welcome Mr. Soumen Roy onto our show, The Interview. Hi, Soumen. Like it's a huge thing. Like reading out your bio, it was like knowing you as a poet and a multifaceted writer. So it's nice. Like, so as to kickstart the show, like, how did it all start up, Mr. Soumen, as a poet?
Poetry, I have started from right from my childhood, and
Okay,
poetry is something I enjoy from within. And
okay,
poetry is, if someone, if I have to define poetry, poetry is everywhere in the
yeah,
air,
true.
in the blooming birds, in flower. Poetry is a feeling. It's a rhyme that comes from your own heart. So that is poetry I used to enjoy from my childhood, and I got published in few local magazines, and that boosted me to keep on writing. And later on, I did many things with that.
Yeah. Well, Soumen, you started off with poetry, then moved to novels and other genres. Which medium of literature keeps you curious or fascinating, either poetry or fiction?
Well, it's very tough question because both are very equally very close to me. But poetry
Okay.
is it is less time consuming, and fiction you have to work a lot, you think a lot, that make
Yeah.
plots and build characters. Uh, you have to give dialogues to your characters, make it as per need of your fiction novel. So it is a kind of different task, but I enjoy doing both. But yeah, poetry it is something that has started from very beginning of my life. So it is I'm very
So,
close to poetry.
can you say that like poetry is the first law?
Yeah, why not? Poetry is my first love.
Poetry is first law. Okay.
Of course, poetry is my
So,
first love.
can I put it this way? Like poetry is from your heart and fiction is from your mind.
No, I disagree because everything, whether for anybody, maybe any
Okay.
author, it's a
Okay.
form of poetry or a novel or any other piece of literature. You
Okay.
have to put your heart and mind together. Without
Together.
heart, you can't feel. And
Okay.
mind means you have to put all those passions, your heart in a very organized way. All the information you have gathered, you have observations. So that is a mixture of heart and mind. So I can't say
Okay.
that poetry is my heart and novel is my mind. Both are like equal to me, and holding this book gives me immense joy and satisfaction and happiness because I have gone through various emotions, and then it came to me, and I'm really happy that I have managed to come up to this level.
Cool. So, when going ahead, so what do you want to convey through scar as a medium of expression through this novel? What is that you want to convey?
Well, Scar, I must say that Scar, I have in short, if I need to convey, there are two things that is resilience and love. Every human, we have multiple scars in our life.
Yeah.
Sometimes it heals, sometimes we hide those scars, and or sometimes we mend those scars, and life goes on. My book Star deals with those scars that of our life, but it is a kind of resilience that we carry when in adverse situation also. And finally, when we go to and mix in with the people that we deal in our life with love. Love is ultimate because if we don't love ourselves, we'll die. And that is also love is the thing that we also my novel, my characters displays and has much impacted on the people surround.
Cool,
So it
Soman.
is all it speaks about resilience and love.
Well, Soman. Soman, in this context, like with your scars, I have this quote cited by Khalil Gibran, one of the greatest poet. He says that our suffering have emerged the strongest souls, the most massive characters are seared with scars. He says that most of the massive characters are seared with scars. This is one of the famous quote by Khalil Gibran. He says something like this. So there's another quote which I would like to recite here. Only the lovable wounds turn into profound words of wisdom. Only the lovable wounds turn into profound words of wisdom, which has been written by none other than Lakshman Rao.
That's very good. Sounds great. Well,
Well then,
to be
going
very
ahead.
honest,
Yeah, you want to say something?
yeah, I have also heard, you have might have heard that quote also that without pain there is no gain.
Okay.
So when it comes to love or life, we have to go through that odd experiences.
Yeah.
Learning also,
Indian
we
philosophers.
learn from mistakes. So that is life blooms from scar, you may say, from
Yeah.
the things we may face many various kind of aspects in my life, like in life, we where my protagonist or everyone in general, if I say, we all gather something from life, whether it's a bad experience or so, it's a lesson, and we move ahead, and that scar heals us. That is
Cool.
up to us how we see a situation, whether it's an opportunity to evolve or like we want to just our doom. So I think we all are growing in our life, but learning from lessons, and that is all you must say that the
Yeah.
course is all about.
Soman, in your novel, The Scar, how does this protagonist Supriya reflect in our daily lives?
Supriya is like Supriya is everywhere. Yeah, our
Okay.
characters are like my character is not like from other comes from us only. Whatever we write, whatever we see, we write and narrate from our own experiences, our observation. So Supriya is among us who has gone through adverse situation in life, has gone through startling events that have very tremendous consequences. But Supriya is someone who has the resilience to grow from there, to look beyond. So she, whatever happened in her life, she has that courage to look back and she into the mainstream of life, and where she again falls into love. And then life takes her into different events, and finally, where at the end, when she lost her mental balance due to certain events, and maybe in future ahead, she can
Yeah.
predict much more.
Yeah, going through that novel, like I find like everybody goes through this sort of well in life. So how is this like the protagonist going to deal with her life and strife? It's just a combination of her life putting her with a strife. This is what your entire message or the theme consists of, I believe so. Is it no?
Life and strife. I mean, yeah, she has her life and strife. My protagonist, Supriya, is from a very, I must say, she is very beautiful and from middle class family. And she has a very strong personality as an attraction in every spheres of life. And from there, she was on good in studies, self ambitious, but in between something happens that that leaves a scar in her life. But where she had to leave everything in between, had to. She was also shattered, but and she lives far away from those situations. But she also come up again with resilience and moving forward with her decisions, her future, her ambitions, securing all those things. But again, she falls in love, and but she was not able to accept it. But she lives with this love, and finally, somehow, at the end, she lost her mental balance. In
Well, so
between,
man.
he has also shows a character
Yeah.
who is much more compassionate towards a family or like her friends. Moreover, she adopts a child and gives her the necessary. So she's it's all about our daily life where we break and we also uh, come forward the bulge.
So can we consider like Supriya is none other like just besides our doors, besides our neighborhood? You can just consider it that way, is it no?
No, she's not like someone else. That makes
That is
Supriya
a
very.
uniqueness you might say.
Supriya is not like someone else. She is
Okay,
special. She is
okay.
special
He
because
is very unique.
she is the center attraction of everyone. And
Okay,
whenever life through challenges, she also face those challenges and make life so beautiful that people
okay.
want to fall in her love. The entire school,
Mhm.
or her colleagues, everyone used to praise her, and that is the thing that Supriya was like. But yeah, also this is a book like where there's love, jealousy, bit kind of envy, and
Mhm.
resilience. So Supriya is very different because it's
So
not very
you mean
easy
to
for
say like
everyone.
you mean to say like you have brought in the complexities that you have woven to bind the novel script?
Yeah, there is a complexity you may say because
Yeah,
she is different from other. There are complexities. One must
yeah.
read or show keen interest in Supriya because she is beautiful. She's the center of attraction. But along, she is a person who loves unconditionally and who also gets cheated somewhere. But she also gets broken. But she also knows how to move beyond that, how to see
How
beyond
to
that,
deal with it? Yeah.
whether it's love part, whether she does to love someone else further. Well, she does, and what happens next, I can't reveal everything over here because you need to read the book. But it's a complete package of masala of love, romance, hatred, separation. Everything is there.
Cool. That's
And
nice.
I must also
Going
give some credit to my editors also and patrons. They have done a very excellent job compiling the book. I mean, editing the book.
yeah. Well, so when like unlike Supriya, the protagonist in your novel, everybody goes through these startling events of their past, which keeps them haunting. In the sense, as you said, like it might be love, hatred, agony, or else adverse factors. These are the common factors like everybody goes through. Like, have you gone through such sort of stories in your life which made you to write this novel?
See, it's not necessary that author had to be go through that kind of phase. An author is someone who
imagines.
experiences, observe. He's a good observer. You have to be a very good observer
Yeah.
if you're an author.
You might be
So he
observer, or
also,
imaginator, and
yeah,
intelligent.
then just his
Yeah.
imagination and your
Yeah.
skills, you put it over there.
Oh,
So every time you don't need to go through those experiences, but you can,
yeah.
if you have that experience, you have that observation, you can write all these
I
things.
think this is one of the most incredible and authentic feeling that connects to the readers or the audiences. What do you want to say about it?
Ah, I must say the audiences must read this book because uh, this book is like you can connect from every sphere of life. In fact, while writing this, I went emotional and I went through a lot of things that I've forgotten since because I didn't dwell in this those areas. But while writing these things, I went to my school time because how school days are like, so school time and childhood, then romance, then love, then this kind of separation, then hatred, all these things mixed up. So this makes scar very special, and scar leaves a scar that is unbearable, but you can bear it because if you have the courage. So Scar is a very sweet romantic story with love, hate, and bit kind of envy. I This much I can say about as of now.
Uh, yeah. So man, I just want to come back to poetry again. Like poetry, if at all we take as a matter of themes or as subjects, ideas or its emotions, it's just short and crispy, and we'll just finish it off then and there. But when it comes to a novel sort of thing, like you need to stick on to it for a long period of time, say about 3 to 6 months or 1 year. Some people may take some years together to complete a novel for that matter. So, how was your thought process going on, like when it comes to writing a novel?
Well, I have written this novel first. I must admit that I have written it in Hindi because
Okay,
I thought I
firstly it was
could.
written in Hindi.
Yeah, because then
Okay,
I have translated it because I
you
think,
yourself translated. Yeah.
yeah, I have done it myself because I
Okay.
think the kind of,
Only you can do justice to it.
yeah, I can do the justice because, yeah, I have those feelings in my own mother tongue or the
True.
language are much hold on it. This is
Yeah.
the reason. And second is like, uh, would you repeat your question once more?
Pardon, you, you yourself has translated the book into English, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I translated it from, and I
From
it
Hindi to
started.
English.
I wrote it from. There's a poetry also. I
Okay.
must say, a poetry gave me the inspiration to write this book.
Oh, is it?
Long ago in
Right.
2017, I have written a poem named Sindoor, and it's a
Hmm.
picture poetry.
Okay.
So that poem gives me that no, it could be a story. You can give it a story. And then after writing two chapters, I
Chapters.
was very clear what could be the climax. So I have written the climax, the ending.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
in between, there are so many things. So that was, I had written in 3 days. I've not taken 3 months or 2 months or like, I have taken 3 days only because I know what is going to happen. And in between, I had to arrange various uh, facts in our life.
Yeah.
So that could bring the character very interesting. So there are various kind of things that's emotions, the like love, romance,
Feelings.
hatred, jealousy. These are the kind of things in the book. So in between 3 days, I have completed because the last chapter is a letter, and
In 3 days you finished the synopsis, you mean to say.
yeah, I have total book. I have written in Hindi 3 days, and
Okay.
translation I don't remember, but I have within a month I have completed the translation.
Translation.
Yeah.
So I think any poet or else any writer for that matter, only he can do justice to his own works. Once it, that's one thing, that's one part. And the other part is like when it comes to transcreation, in the version you might have certain chapters. Okay, when it comes to English, you might still enhance it, so as to give it elevate it to another form. You might even enhance it with another chapters. So did you take some more time to enhance it, or else was this exact translation of the Hindi version?
No, I didn't take anyone's help, but I did it myself.
Okay.
There's I don't say that it is very easy translating because it's tough because word trans. And I don't believe in word translation. I
Yeah.
just want to the main thing I have to
You gave an
uh,
authentic reversion of it.
yeah, and in doing all these things, there are few funny incidents also happened. Like they are like kebab mein haddi. This was the thing I have written in my Hindi. Now it's translating it. I can't.
Can't get a
So
word
I
for it.
those things appeared very funny. Like the एक बहुत ही sharp nose था. So I thought, अरे it is like mountain like. How could it be mountain like nose? So those are funny things I have written and then erased all these things and I have done all these mistakes, silly things. But I know how to do it because while writing and rewriting, it gives a very good shape. And I must say, when poetry or fiction, when it's written or rewritten again and again, it gets very it comes very sharp. That much I can say. It's
That's nice
very
to know.
smooth and beautiful. Because
That's
so many editing its process, it goes through so many editing.
yeah.
Once in Hindi, then in English, then then the translation. Then after its translation, you will go through how it is done, and then you will find, oh, this thing can be done like this. Oh, that thing can be edited like that. So there are so many editing. Then I
Editing.
got it. So this is the plus point when you go
It's
through two or thrice times, like
it goes through a lot
thrice
of
editing.
process of reading, writing, and re-editing. You know, I can understand. I can understand the pain that you have gone through. Like it's gone through by translating. It's like a transformation process. Because once you are given a baby and transforming into another form of child, it's a different huge task for you. I believe so. Like coming again to
It
this
was not only for
poetic.
me. It was not only for me. I think
Okay.
it was everybody. I mean, while my publication also,
Okay.
there's so many characters, Nilesh and Mukesh. So these sound so similar. So
Mhm.
one after the editor when sent me the copy, see your
Mhm.
copy, when I looked over there, I saw that one somewhere Nilesh had become Mukesh. So I
Mhm.
had to phone and
So,
call them and say, "Oh, this is Mukesh," and they also started laughing because they were very like similar type of names. So these are the basic things that comes during editing.
well, Soman, like, how did you come up with the idea of a parallel story that swings between the past and the present and linking them both in a very subtle manner?
Well, to be very honest, the first two chapters I have written, and after that, I was thinking what's next. And while in this process, I something came in my idea, and that time it was like 2 o'clock in the night. I
Okay.
just wake up and wrote that chapter, and then I saw where it can be placed, and so it
Hmm.
was the last chapters. So if you had that thing that this was the beginning and this was the end, so so to maintain that balance, if you know that balance between the climax and the beginning, and the beauty of my narration goes through past and present.
Past and present. Cool. That's
Because when you
very much a complex way of putting it across because when ambiguity comes in, like you can't have the audience or the readers intact. When we have to keep the audience intact, like we need to have a perfect flow, or else like as you said, like we have the past and the present, then the chaos comes in, then the ambiguity comes in, like everything goes haywire, is it not? So
uh,
I hope like you have a tight hand on to your skill.
I must say that while
Yeah.
I was doing this thing, I was completely visualizing my story. I can
Okay.
see it in front of my it was a
Okay.
screenplay. And I
Okay.
must say somebody has written it like that. They have seen like it's a very like a movie. And I must say it
Yeah.
is like that. It is like that. And as a movie, you can see there's some scenes like you are going through past and present. So it happened like that. It is not like I have planned anything, but I have visualized my story. It came in a form of like in that form, and whatever it came to me, I just narrated.
Yeah, I read some chapters, so I could connect to it. Like it's in a filmy style. It's in a very much a filmy style, like very like it goes back and forth, sort of thing. Like it's a very much interesting concept altogether. Like
Yeah, it's a filmy style, but I came to know it after completing because
okay,
after completing my book, I had called upon my one of my
editor.
nephew and say I have written completed my book. So he said, "What are you waiting for?" I know. I said, "I want you to listen it first." Okay, I'm free now. We can do it. And then I said him the entire story in call. What's that call, obviously, and he, on the other hand, he's saying, "Arey, Uncle, I'm watching a movie, like, it's a great book." And that gave me
Oh, that's
much
nice.
confidence. And I went to the publisher, kindly do me a favor, publishing my book. And I'm really happy.
That's really
That's
nice to
came under
know.
my name.
That's really
With
nice to
penguins,
know,
I have
Soman.
done this thing.
Yeah, just because like when the other person says like it gives us a feel like seeing a movie sort of thing, like that's where you are accomplished your goal. This is what I can feel and I can
That
say.
is, when you get positive reviews, that gives you satisfaction, but that is not ultimate because
Yeah, can't take
I
it for
accept
granted.
criticism also. So there can be people or readers who may not like my book. I don't say that everyone has to like my book, but I'm also a reader, also apart from a writer.
Right,
So
yeah.
I must
Obviously.
will say you will enjoy it.
Yeah. So, coming back to one of the questions here, so man, like amidst these many myriad emotions, which is the one you feel that pulls the reader or hooks him up to the content, which is the basic emotion that keeps the reader intact.
I think there's a suspense, overall
Ah,
suspense.
okay.
There is
You mean
overall
to say that
suspense
suspense keeps you intact? Okay.
because yeah, because
Ah,
life is because when you buy a book, you are what going through the first few pages and last pages you were watching a big letter, and when you were reading it was we are not able to know that what makes the story to complete and go to hit such a letter. So there is a curiosity, and
curiosity.
there are so
It is a
many events.
curiosity that
Those
keeps
leaves curiosity in every after one.
it is a curiosity that keeps the
Readers
reader
engaged.
engaged. Cool, that's nice. So, what are the various facets of human life that you feel like you unfold through this novel, through the character Supriya again?
The main human facet you have to, I must say, that is resilience, of course, and love.
The
Resilience,
courage and the compassion, as you said.
compassion, bit kind of envy, a bit. So these are the things that we all have deal with. So many life leaves a certain kind of scar in our life, but it
Yeah,
is
true.
up to us how we deal with the scar.
Yeah,
And when a scar is dwells some around about romance and some tragedy also, it becomes beautiful only.
that's fabulous. That's fabulous. So, how do you think like this is a must-buy book to engage with oneself? How do you describe saying like this is a must-buy for anybody for that
Uh, Must buy book. I won't say this is a must buy book. There's so many authors. They
matter?
are doing so well.
You are the personal
Everybody,
writer,
every book
and
is
if
a
what
must
no
buy book.
no so
Everybody
so man
who is writing is a must buy book. But I think this is special because this helps. Um, Not only helps this is a complete masala entertainment, like it has love, it has the childhood romance, then you have that heartbreaks, you have that traumas, and you have that episodes of overcoming the trauma and coming to the male life. Then again you are making another kind of relationships, then you how much you are doing justice, how much you are loving to your the people around, and how it ends up in a trauma again. And might be if I don't know in future, it can take any new shape also.
Well, Soumen, like in case like if you want to sell this book, if you want to pitch this book, saying like this is the best book I have written, or else you can read. So what is that you want to say, and how could you sell it?
I will say, just read this book. If you don't, you will say that, oh, I want the second part also. Then I will surely write that also. Because I
Okay.
know that they will request to know more about Supriya and the
Cool.
story.
That's very much fascinating to know, Soumen. Like we could get the insight of your book and the insight of your mindset. Like how could you come up with such a novelistic idea in novel? Okay, keeping a lady character as a protagonist and dealing with her issues and bringing her the courage, giving her the courage and the resilience for. Okay, because that is what the woman force which is needed in the today's day of life. So, so on this note, like we'll end up the show, Mr. Soumen. Like, so would like to say something about the show, Mr. Soumen.
One more thing I will add, this book
Yeah,
also had that one extra factor that anyone will love to, because every event has left a amount of expression, and those
yeah.
expressions have been well expressed in this book.
Okay.
So
So
this is the thing I
all
would
those
like to add.
expressions are explicitly expressed, to me to say. The unemotive emotions
That
have
is
been
the thing. You
expressed.
can watch a movie like the thing.
Oh, that's nice to know. So, how did you find the show, Mr. Soumen?
Pardon?
How did you find our show, the interview?
Ah, the child brain, and this I'm very very grateful that I have come up to this. Come up to, in this interview, I have showcased my book, The Scar, and I'm very much grateful. That is the
Thank
appropriate
you.
word. Grateful and thank you. Thankful to you, Fertile Brain, of course, Kumar Prasanna ji, for giving me the opportunity to speak about Scar, read Scar, heal Scar, and enjoy reading Scar. That is the thing I would tell to my readers. Enjoy it. I'm sure they'll enjoy it.
Cool, so man, thanks for coming on to our show. And that was nice, very fabulous interview with you. Hope we'll meet up again with in a poetic interview for the next
Yeah,
time.
sure, sure, sure. Why not?
Cool. So signing off from the interview session, Lakshman Rao.